Evening, folks. Jim Phillips with Friday Night Glory before the Newman-Smith-North Forney matchup. We've got a very special guest tonight, Coach John Mathews, legendary godfather of Newman-Smith football. Coach Mathews was a standout high school player at North Dallas High School. Played at what was then North Texas State in the late 60s with such NFL legends as Mean Joe Green, Cedric Hardman, Ron Shanklin, and Craig Ramsey. When he got out of school, he decided to go into education and coaching, and he ended up in Carrollton, Texas, when it was a one-high school town with R.L. Turner. And then when enrollment started to grow and the plans for Newman-Smith became real, he took over, I believe, DeWitt Perry, which was the feeder into the new Newman-Smith High School. So this gentleman here, dating back to the 1970s, got to see what became the first stalwarts of the Newman-Smith football program. Welcome to Friday Night Glory. He's the present-day voice of all the high schools here in Carrollton Farmers Branch. So does all four high schools, has many weekends where he does multiple games, sometimes 3 games a weekend. Coach, what are your recollections of the district building, the way it did, and some of your favorite memories?
Well, I remember when back before Smith was built, Turner they were the real deal.
Right.
They were widely known throughout the state in all sports. I mean, they were the South Lake Carroll, the Highland Park of the area at the time. And then I remember the population at Turner got to be pretty low. We had like 3,600 kids over there for a while before Smith was built. And then when Smith was built and the population pretty much split in half, things really started changing a lot in the district then. So having to build more elementary schools, more middle schools, junior highs, as we called it at the time. But the Turner-Smith rivalry was unmatched anywhere around this area. I mean, back in before this stadium, before the new stadium, the stadium's always been here, but
Smaller.
not this facility.
Right.
The home side was across the way, and there were several nights in the Smith-Turner game that I'd walk out the press box and look back on Valwood Parkway at halftime, and it would be bumper-to-bumper traffic, people trying to get in, and there was not an empty seat anywhere.
Wow.
But it's I've seen a lot of changes over the years, that's for sure.
Who were some of your recollections of some of the best ball players to ever come through this district when you had them at the junior high level and then they developed? What are some of the names we can look back on?
Well, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that because I'll have a senior moment here and leave somebody off. We've had some pretty outstanding players. Travis Wilson comes to mind from a Creekview standout, went to OU. I had a kid. I had several kids at Perry that went on to do pretty good things. Jarrell Tarpley went on with a standout career at North Texas. Pat Dukes got a full ride to Baylor from Turner. And, Steve Stamp, of course, I didn't coach him, but we worked at Turner at the time when he was there. He was a great quarterback, probably the best Turner team we've had since Bill Montgomery and that bunch went to the semifinals in '67. But I was in diapers then, I think. But anyway, we've had a lot of good kids come through here. I had a pretty good little kid back in the day at DeWitt Perry named Paul Resser that wasn't a bad athlete at all. He was a better boxer than he was a football player, however. And another stud athlete that I had was this kid named Randy
Edwards. Yeah, we hoped you were going to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, folks, when you're at a ball game here at Standridge Stadium and you hear the booming voice over the PA, that's this man right here. And we thank you tonight, Coach.
Well, thank you, and we appreciate all y'all are doing to, give us some positive publicity about the athletic program here in this district.
There you go, folks. Coach John Mathews.
Thank you.